If you're a parent, especially if you have a teenage daughter, pause whatever you're doing and lock in for the next 25 minutes. My name is Jasmine Carter. I'm 38, a registered nurse in one of the busiest trauma centers in the South, and a single mom from Atlanta, Georgia. 3 months ago, I discovered that the married, 45-year-old assistant coach of my 16-year-old daughter's travel soccer team had been secretly talking to her, trying to turn her into something she was never supposed to be. And when I found out, I didn't call the news. I didn't call a lawyer first. I opened a dating app, used my daughter's photos, made myself look 16 again, and became her. What happened over the next 12 days ended with a grown man in handcuffs, crying in the middle of a crowded coffee shop, while his wife and half the soccer team watched. This is the exact play-by-play of how I set the perfect trap and made sure he would never hurt another child again. If you're ready, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because this story is long, it's heavy, and it might just save your family. Let's start from the very beginning. My name is Jasmine Carter. I'm 38, a registered nurse in one of the busiest trauma centers in the South, and a single mom from Atlanta, Georgia. 3 months ago, I discovered that the married, 45-year-old assistant coach of my 16-year-old daughter's travel soccer team had been secretly talking to her, trying to turn her into something she was never supposed to be. And when I found out, I didn't call the news. I didn't picture the quiet part of Cascade Heights where the yards are big, the lemon trees actually give fruit, and folks still wave when you pull into the driveway. That's where me and my daughter Amari have lived for the last 6 years, ever since I used my nursing sign-on bonus to buy our 4-bedroom brick house with the wraparound porch. This is the same driveway where Amari learned to ride her bike with no training wheels. The same living room where she blew out 16 candles this past April while 20 teenage girls screamed happy birthday off-key. Amari Janae Carter. My only child. 5'6", dimples that make strangers stop me in Target, straight-A student, and the starting striker for Westlake High since she was 14. College scouts started showing up to her games in middle school. Coaches call her a once-in-a-generation talent. She already signed her full-ride letter of intent to the University of Alabama, Roll Tide. And me? I'm the loud mama on the sideline with the cowbell and the glitter shirt that says, "That's my baby number 9. I work 12-hour shifts in the trauma bay at Grady, come home smelling like antiseptic, cook turkey lasagna on Sundays, and fall asleep on the couch with Amari's head on my shoulder watching old sitcoms. We were supposed to be untouchable. That's why the first little crack felt so tiny I almost ignored it. It started with her phone. Like every teenager, Amari lived on that thing. Dance videos, group chats, Snapchat streaks. Normal. But around February, I noticed she started tilting the screen away when I walked past the couch. She'd flash that big dimple smile and say, "Nothing, mama, a little too fast." I told myself it was normal 16-year-old stuff. Privacy. Boys, maybe. I was cool. Then came the private training sessions. Coach Michael David Reynolds, 45, married, 2 little boys, started texting a few of the top players directly on Saturday mornings. "Great practice, ladies. Come over tomorrow at 10 and we'll watch film and work on set pieces. Chick-fil-A on me." I thought it was generous. The first time, I dropped Amari off myself. His wife Sarah was watering flowers. I waved and said thank you. She gave me that tight church smile and said, "Anytime, Sister Jasmine." I didn't think twice. By March, the gifts started showing up. Brand new cleats in the exact sold-out colorway Amari wanted. Over-ear headphones that cost more than my light bill. A gold necklace with a tiny soccer ball charm. Every time I asked, she had an answer ready. Coach got them for the leadership team. It was a raffle prize. I knew she was stretching the truth, but I was drowning, 60-hour weeks, studying for my trauma certification, keeping the house running. I told myself I'd sit her down when life slowed down. Life never slows down. The night that changed everything was a Tuesday in April. I had just pulled a double shift. My feet were on fire. I went to Amari's room to kiss her goodnight like I always do, and that's when I saw it. A thin white gold ring with a tiny diamond on her right ring finger. My mama radar went off like a fire alarm. Amari Janae, who bought you a promise ring at 16 years old? She tried to tuck her hand under the blanket. Tears instantly filled her eyes. Mama, it's not a big deal. Take it off right now and tell me. She whispered the name I never wanted to hear. Coach Mike. The room spun. I made her unlock her phone. 14,847 messages. I scrolled for 3 hours while she fell asleep crying on the couch. He called her pet names I will never repeat. He talked about leaving his wife. He sent photos a grown man should never send a child. He sent money through apps labeled tournament snacks or gas for mommy's car. And there were messages that made me run to the bathroom dry heaving. Messages that said if she ever left him something terrible would happen to him, and it would be her fault. Messages that threatened her soccer future. Messages reminding her he knew exactly where we lived. At 3 o'clock in the morning, sitting on my hallway floor with my baby's phone in my shaking hands, I made a promise to God. I was not going to let another black girl become a statistic. I was not going to let the system tell my child there wasn't enough proof. I closed her bedroom door, opened a dating app, and I became 16-year-old Amari Carter again. The first thing I did was research. I work in trauma. I've seen what predators do to children. They're patient. They test boundaries inch by inch. They make the child feel like they're the only one who truly understands them. I needed Coach Mike to feel safe, in control, and absolutely desperate. So for the next 12 days, I became the perfect target. Amari already had a secret dating app profile he had made her create months earlier so they could talk without anyone seeing. I logged in, changed nothing except the main photos. I used the sweetest, most innocent pictures I could find. Amari at 14 in her middle school graduation dress. Amari with braces grinning on the soccer field. Amari holding her baby cousin at Christmas. I put her favorite Bible verse in the bio and the Alabama emoji, exactly the way he liked it. Then I swiped right on every man over 40 within 25 miles until his profile popped up. He matched within seconds. His first message, "Thought you deleted this app, beautiful." I waited exactly 7 minutes, the same amount of time Amari usually took, and replied with her exact slang, "Couldn't stay away from you, Coach Weary Face." He took the bait so fast it scared me. For 12 straight days I texted him as my daughter. I used every abbreviation she used. I sent voice notes in her higher, softer voice. We practiced in the mirror until I sounded just like her. I sent new selfies taken in her bedroom with the ring light and a filter that made me look 14 again. And he poured everything out. He talked about leaving his wife after the season ended. He sent photos of apartments he was looking at for us. He sent countdowns until her 18th birthday, 487 days. 486. 485. Then the conversations turned into things no grown man should ever say to a child. I had to step outside multiple times and scream into a pillow so Amari wouldn't hear me crying. Every single message was screenshotted. Every call was recorded. Every payment was documented. By day 10, he was begging to meet in person. I played nervous at first, told him I was scared someone would see us. He offered to pick me up after practice, take me somewhere private, pay for everything. I told him I wanted our first meeting to feel safe but special. I suggested the coffee shop on Cascade Road, the one right across from the grocery store where half the soccer parents go on Saturdays. He said the risk made it exciting. We set the date, Saturday, May 13th at 10:15 a.m. He told me exactly what to wear. I told him I couldn't wait to see him. Then I dropped the phone on the bed and threw up for 20 minutes straight. That night I sat Amari down and told her the plan. She cried harder than I'd ever seen. She begged me not to go through with it. She was terrified he would somehow talk his way out again. I held her face and looked her in the eyes. "Baby, this time he doesn't get to talk. This time the police do the talking. We called my cousin Keisha, a detective with Atlanta PD, major crimes. I laid everything out. She tried to talk me out of the meetup, told me to just bring the messages to the district attorney. I told her the messages alone weren't enough. He would say it was fantasy role play. He would say Amari started it. He would ruin her reputation and walk free. I needed him on video, in public, admitting out loud why he was there. Keisha fussed for a full minute, then finally said, "Fine. But we do this my way, safe, legal, and by the book." The next 48 hours we planned like it was a military operation. Saturday, May 13th, 2023, a date I will never forget as long as I live. 7 a.m. I'm in Omari's bedroom helping her get dressed like she's walking into a war zone instead of a coffee shop. Gray hoodie with the little hearts on the sleeves, the one he bought her. White cropped tank underneath. Black leggings. Gold necklace. Promise ring. I put tracking devices in her shoe and one sewn into her sports bra. Another tracker in her backpack. Inside the backpack, a nanny cam teddy bear pointed out the mesh pocket, so we had eyes and ears the whole time. Keisha showed up with 3 off-duty officers who owed her big favors. Officer Ramirez, 6'4", baby face, built like a linebacker. Officer Chin, looks 16 herself, could pass for a teammate. Officer Jackson, former college linebacker with cornrows. All plain clothes. All wearing body cameras. Keisha wired Amari with a recorder under her hoodie. The night before, Amari recorded a video statement explaining exactly who she was, how old she was, what had been happening for 11 months, and that everything she was about to do was voluntary and true. We saved it in 3 separate cloud accounts. 9:45 a.m. We roll out. I'm in Keisha's unmarked car across the street. The officers are already inside the coffee shop acting like regular customers. Amari is in the back seat shaking so hard I can hear her teeth. I turn around and lock eyes with her. "Baby, you are not the one in danger today." He is. You walk in, you sit down, you ask the questions we practiced, and you walk out. Mama's got you. She nods through tears. 10:12 a.m. His black Tahoe pulls into the parking lot. He steps out wearing the exact red team windbreaker I told him to wear, smiling like it's the best day of his life. He orders a drink, sits at the table by the window. 10:17 a.m. Amari walks in. Hoodie up, AirPods in, head down like a nervous teenager. I'm watching everything live on my phone from the teddy bear camera. He waves her over with that big, proud smile. She sits. He reaches across the table and grabs her hand. She lets him, just long enough. Then she speaks, loud and clear so every microphone catches it. "Coach Mike, I'm really nervous. I've never done this before. You promise everything you said is real?" His exact response, captured forever. "Baby, I've been waiting a whole year for this moment. I love you. I'm going to take care of you forever. As soon as the season is over, I'm leaving. I even brought you something special today." He slides a hotel key card across the table. A Marriott key card for a room 20 minutes away. Amari picks it up and asks, "So you really came here today planning to take me to that room?" He leans in, voice low but excited. "Yes. I can't wait any longer. I got us the corner suite. Everything is ready. We just have to be careful until you're 18, okay, princess?" That was the moment. Keisha gives the signal over the radio. Officer Ramirez stands up. "Michael Reynolds?" Coach Mike's smile freezes. "Yeah. You are under arrest for enticement of a minor, electronic exploitation of a child, and attempted sexual assault of a minor." The entire coffee shop goes dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. He turns ghost white and looks at Amari. "Baby, tell them this is a misunderstanding. Tell them we love each other." Amari stands up slowly, pulls off her hoodie, and looks him straight in the eyes. "I'm 16 years old. You have been grooming me for 11 months. And every word you just said is on camera." Then she walks out. He tries to run. He makes it 3 steps before Ramirez lifts him clean off the ground and places him on the floor. Seasonal cups go flying everywhere. Officer Chen is already reading him his rights while Jackson cuffs him. And that's when his wife Sarah walks in. I had texted her the night before and told her exactly what time to show up. She stands there in her Sunday dress, watching her husband face down on the floor covered in coffee syrup, while half of West Atlanta films on their phones. I have never seen a grown man look so small. They took him to Fulton County Jail in the back of a squad car while parents and players outside cheered and prayed out loud. Tuesday morning was the bond hearing. The prosecutor played the coffee shop video in open court. The judge denied bond immediately, called him a serious danger to the community and a flight risk. His wife filed for emergency divorce and protective orders for herself and their 2 little boys that same afternoon. Westlake High School fired him by noon. Every college that had offered Amari a scholarship called personally to check on her and to promise their full support. The district attorney offered a plea deal: 15 years in prison with 12 to serve, lifetime registration as AS** offender, and permanent no-contact orders with minors. He took it. He'll be 57 years old when he walks out, if he makes it that long, and he will never be allowed within 1,000 feet of a school, park, or child again. Amari started intensive therapy 2 days after the arrest. The first month was brutal: nightmares, panic attacks, days she couldn't even leave her room. But today, 6 months later, she is back on the field dominating, accepted early decision to Alabama, and she started her own nonprofit called Safe on the Sideline that teaches parents and athletes how to spot grooming behavior. I still check her phone every night, with her full permission. We turned her bedroom into a safe fortress with a keypad lock on the inside. And every single night before she goes to sleep she tells me, "Mama, I'm proud to be your daughter." That heals something inside me I didn't know was broken. To every parent watching this right now, if something feels off, even a little bit, with your child's coach, teacher, pastor, uncle, family friend, do not wait. Trust that knot in your stomach. Save the messages. Screenshot everything. Record the calls if it's legal in your state. And if the system ever tries to tell you there's not enough proof, you become the proof. Our babies deserve adults who will go to war for them. I spent 12 days pretending to be my 16-year-old daughter so I could protect her for the rest of her life. And I would do it again tomorrow. This is Jasmine Carter from Atlanta, Georgia, signing off. If this story helped even one parent protect their child, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Because silence protects predators. But our noise, loud, unapologetic, mama bear noise, protects children. Thank you for staying until the very end. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, Atlanta. And roll tide. If you're a parent, save this video. You never know when you might need it.